All right, y'all. So I just got back from school, and I just decided to do a little like 1,000 mile review on my Ninja 650. So here goes. All right, y'all. Here she is. This is the 2024 Kawasaki Ninja 650 1,000 mile review. And just to show you guys, let's see. Here are my keys. We're going to. Here it is. Shoot. One. There it is. I guess it's 1,091 miles, but you know, odometer. There it is. 1,091 miles. But pretty close to 1,000. So here goes. I mean, everything is stock on this bike. The only thing that I added are. Oh, do you guys like the Barbie? It's my little passenger princess. Anyway, so the only thing that I've added and that I would recommend adding are definitely like tank grips. I got these off Amazon. Um, I guess you kind of can see like the little glue outline, but it's not really that noticeable. At least I don't mind it at all. But it's got these tank grips. It definitely does help me not slide, for forward whenever I slam on the brake sometimes. And then I also got um, these frame sliders. Like pretty recently actually. Pretty helpful. Never dropped the bike, but still a little precaution. And then of course I do drive with plates on, but I took them off with for the video. These are of course the stock headlights. Very nice. Here, let me turn the bike on and show you guys how the stock front and rear turn signals look like. All right, so this is gonna be. Oh, wrong button. This is the left one, stock. All right. Let's look at the front portion. It's my first time looking at the front portion of it. Of course, there's the front portion. My neighbor's actually just staring at me. Kind of weird. Anyways, this is the right turn signal. Nice bright yellow, orangey color. And this is that was the rear. This is the front turn signal. That's how the headlights look like. Now let me turn on the emergency headlights, which is, this button right here. Turn that off. And then I'll also, I'm going to wait for this one. This is how the emergency lights look like. Here's this one too on the rear. And then here are the brights. Pretty cool. But the bike has like a nice aggressive look to it. It's a nice bike. I don't know what these holes are for. Maybe for aerodynamics or some shit. But it makes it look cool though. I'm not gonna lie. The front portion looks really aggressive. Even in its stock form, it still looks crazy good. What else? So the buttons, of course, this is gonna be the brake one. It's got the distance for it, I guess. I don't know. And then, I also added a little phone holder. Really cool, by the way. I think it was like $30 or so. Not bad. Let's see. This is the clutch, and it's got the adjusting for the handle. I have it on 4. I have this one on 4 as well. And then so it's got this button on on the left handle, right here. And this is to just flicker off, on and off your brights. See if I can Here it is. I mean, it's bright out, so you can't tell that much, but that's like the brightest going on and off. And then, of course, here is to turn on your brights, to turn off the brights. This one selects the odometer, which is trip A, trip B, and the odometer. Um, my B is actually the original. That's how I got it. So I'm just keeping that one, till whatever. And then the select one, I'm not even sure what that does actually. Oh, I guess that selects your KTRC. There's off. So when it's on 2, that means that it's for the rain or the snow or whatever. Or gravel, I mean, as well. Like whenever it's slippery. I just keep it on 1 though. That's just a standard. And then the screen is able to turn between white and black. And to do that, so you press these 2 buttons over here in the front. Let me show you guys. I have it on black because that's just how I've had it. And now I believe you can use these buttons as well. No, you can't. So you just use these buttons like this. You go down, it's got Bluetooth or whatever. It's not what you guys think though. It's like connecting your phone to like an app, I believe, or something. But yeah, so this is to select. This one is to just keep moving, front to back. Whatever. Anyways, I don't know how to return. I think I gotta just press these 2 again. Right? Or maybe not. Uh-oh. What did I just do? Let me let me fix that. It's 11:33 p.m. There we go. So I'm pressing these 2 buttons at the same time. And then, so the screen is black. And then if you, goddamn, whatever, I don't want to deal with this anymore. So I'm going to just leave it like that. Anyways, the bottom select button, that one changes like, see where it says range? That goes down to average speed, total time, battery voltage, and your miles per gallon while driving. And you are able to change that to kilometer per hour, but we're in the US, so I like to keep it on range so it tells me how much gas I have left. And then my phone is connected to Bluetooth, so I guess it does warn me whenever I have a message or stuff like that. And then of course it's got 6 gears. I'm not able to change them. Whatever. But it's a pretty cool bike. My little Barbie edition. I've already scratched it like once right there. I have no idea how it happened, and also like a couple here and there from the key, which is gonna happen. It's normal, but the tank grips do help a little bit with that. Also, I did do an oil change. I gotta clean that up, but I was adding oil to or grease to my chain. That's why it's white like that. But overall, though, it's a nice bike. It's got a what do you call it? Dual brakes right here on the front wheel. For it being a stock bike, honestly good. What I'm gonna do in the future though is I plan to swap out the exhaust, a full system. I'm not sure if I should do a full system swap or just a slip-on. But the full exhaust is like $1,000. The slip-on maybe a couple of hundred. So we'll see. And then I do plan to get rid of the what is it, a fender eliminator or whatever this is, to just make it shorter, attached to the bike. Makes it look a little bit more aggressive. This is the Ninja ABS. I mean the Ninja 650, 649 cc's. if you guys are curious and want to go more in depth into the controls and how to change them, just comment down below, and I'll try to record a couple of videos on how to, um, do that. Here it is, bike. This is like that grayish, bluish color. Oh, it's really cool looking. And I'm 5'8". I can probably like show you guys how it looks like while I'm in the bike or on the bike. I mean, let me do that real quick. Let's see. So I just set up my phone right here, like so. All right, here I go. So I'm 5'8", and I'm able to just like flat foot the bike, which is super nice. I have to like get on and off weirdly because of the Barbie. If I kick my leg over, I'm gonna knock her forward. If I get off the bike and I kick my leg back, then I'm gonna destroy her too. I just got her off Walmart just cause I think it's funny. Um, but yeah, so like standing next to the bike, I'm 5'8", and my waist is like just about the same height as the end of the back seat while it's leaning. And like I guess the Ninja 650 is a good bike for your average rider or average height, 5'8", 5'9". Once you start to get a little bit taller, though, there are different options of motorcycles to get. Just because this one is a pretty short bike, or I guess it's on the smaller side, but definitely a pretty good bike. Oh, I guess one thing I will tell you guys is that you know, if it's like a brand new bike, they tell you all this stuff about getting your first oil change, like synthetic or the other one. Um, I think they were charging me at the dealership where the bike was from. They were charging me like $250 for like a full service, which is like they just check like every single bolt, make sure that everything is nice and tight, and they also swap out the oil, which is gonna be like right there. You see that circle right there. That's the oil filter. And honestly, I bought everything. Like I bought like the chain lube, the oil filter, and like three bottles of engine oil or of oil. And honestly, I think I paid like $50 for it, which is super cheap compared to the 200 like $50-$70 service they were gonna do. So if anything, I recommend you guys buying the oil, like for your oil change, the uh, the chain lube and the engine oil, the oil filter. I didn't buy the washer that goes attached to the drain plug. I guess you can swap it out if you want to, but I mean I didn't. It's a brand new washer, so why swap it, right? Um, yeah, so I saved like over $200 on the service, just for me doing it myself. And honestly, like it just takes like a couple of like screws and yeah, like screws and stuff to just get rid of like the frame to just swap out the oil. And you honestly don't even need a bike stand to do the oil because the way that it's leaning, the uh the drain plug is like somewhere down here. So all you need to do is just like take this fender off or whatever on both sides to just access that or that part of the bike, and then everything like drains nice and smoothly. So you don't need a bike stand to be able to do the oil change. And I recommend just doing it yourself because you save a lot of money. And then you also, just like look up a quick little video on YouTube, or if you guys are curious as well, I can always just quickly show you guys what bolts to screw off and how to do that oil change yourself. Because it's honestly worth it just getting your own tools and doing it yourself. Because honestly, you do save a lot of money. But there's that. See, what else can I show you guys? So, yeah, I mean, I'm 5'8". It's like the perfect bike to ride. I gotta wash this. It's dirty. I will say one thing though, like cleaning the bike is gonna be a pain because it's not, you don't go to a car wash and just wash your bike over there. You gotta just like get some microfiber cloths and clean it yourself with some warm water. Definitely do watch out with your windshield. Get a microfiber cloth and warm water and some soap as well, and just clean it off lightly so you don't scratch the plastic over here. Same thing with your helmet. You gotta like wash it off with warm water and soap. And this is the Ninja 650, like I said before, the ABS, and I'm a beginning rider. I passed the MSF course a couple of months back, and I got my license. I think my third time ever riding a bike. Of course, the Harley MSF course does give you motorcycles to start off with and practice on. And then if you do graduate and pass the MSF course, they give you a certificate, or I guess like a card, right? That pretty much tells you that you graduated the MSF course. And from there, I guess they send you to a different location, or at least for me they did, because they had the classes like in one location, and since the test was like in a different area, they had all of us travel to a different part of the state to go take the course. I mean, I think it was like a 40-minute drive from where I live to go take that MSF test. So I took the MSF course test, and they gave you like the same bike that you practice on, and you're able to just take the test with that. And I mean, because like the MSF course, I took the one that's Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday. I think Thursday is 4 hours. Saturday, Sunday is like 8 hours of class time. If you are a beginning rider, I would recommend taking the MSF course because you are able to just pick up on a couple of things. Even if you aren't going to be riding a Harley like me, like I drove a Harley, then I'm driving a sports bike. But it definitely is helpful because it is my first bike, and it's a 650. I guess people do recommend getting like a 300 or a 400, or like the brand new Ninja 500s. And honestly, in my opinion, if you plan to get a first bike and you don't want to get bored of it, just get the regular Ninja 650. I guess the ABS or non-ABS, that's up to you. I just chose to get the ABS because that's I mean, I saw a couple of videos on YouTube, right, like everybody, and without the ABS, like if you were to just like brake real hard on rain or on gravel or on sand, the bike like literally just like it goes out of control. And then whereas if you have the ABS, like I guess your wheel keeps on turning, so you don't crash that easily or drop the bike. But it's my first bike, Ninja 650, and it honestly, I'm not gonna sell it. I feel like if I were to get a 400 or an R3 or a 500 even, I would probably get bored of it, just because like of course, after a couple of months you learn how to maneuver the bike better, and you are and you feel like I guess just swapping out your bike, like just upgrading. If you do plan to get a new bike, just get like a cheaper one, I guess, like a cheap cheap R3 or a cheap 400. You know, like in earlier years, don't get a brand new one unless you want to spend that extra money. But I mean, I got the 2024 just because I wasn't planning on upgrading anytime soon. I think a 600cc bike is already good enough. Like, it's like literally all you need. It's fast enough to go on the highway. It's fast enough to have fun. And it has enough torque where you're not going to get bored of it within like your first couple of months. Like with this one, it's a nice bike. Here, let me show you how it looks like being on the bike. Here it is. Here are the tank grips though. The gas tank is actually, well, like I think 4 gallons is like the max capacity for the gas tank, which is like roughly like 160 miles is what I usually, average out to for an empty tank or for a full tank of gas. And I guess when gas prices are like around the 330, 340 range, it only costs like less than $10 to fill up your tank of gas. So I think like $9.50 for 150 miles is really good. Really feel economical. But going back to my earlier point though, if you do plan to get a bike, I just recommend, like right out just buying a 600. I mean, I guess I would recommend if your hands aren't that steady or if you aren't really good at balancing, maybe you should start off on an earlier bike. But if you feel pretty confident in the way that you maneuver the bike, like if you do take the MSF course and you do feel confident enough to do like the low turn maneuvers and all that stuff, then just go ahead and get the 600 so you don't get bored of it. And the Kawasaki specifically, the Ninja 650 is, I guess, an intermediate / beginner bike. I think it's a pretty good place to start because it doesn't have too much torque where you're gonna like whiskey throttle it. I mean, it's never happened to me, but then again, I do have pretty easy hands or I guess it isn't hard for me to over throttle. But you guys should go with I guess whatever you guys feel more comfortable. I know I definitely went to a couple of dealerships to just test ride different bikes. I know I rode it on a CBR 300 or 400. I forgot. No, a CBR 500. My bad. Yeah, so I test drove a CBR 500. It was very sporty. You definitely do lean more on the CBR 500 than you do on the Ninja 650. I guess, like the closer you sit to the tank, the more upright you'll be. The further away you are from the tank, the more lean on you are on the bike. But there it is, y'all. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, just comment down below on the description or comment down below and just ask the questions and I try to reiterate or answer those questions for you guys. If you guys are also curious about how to take out those bolts, just let me know and I can just post a quick little video on how to do the oil change. But here it goes. See you guys.